Hey everyone, I'm at Victory Garden Cafe in Astoria, Queens. This is next to a bakery which has been in the area since the late 1960s. So I'm starting off with the grilled octopus. Just take a look down here. You can see it's just soaking in olive oil and some herbs.
Greek mussels here, grilled octopus.
And then I'm also trying the Greek mussels. This is a white wine sauce. I believe there's some tomato in there as well. I rarely ever go to a Greek restaurant without trying the octopus, so that's what I'm gonna try first. It's nice and tender, especially around the fatter parts. And it's grilled, so it's got that little crunchiness on the end. I doused it in lemon, which I tend to do. But it's also soaked in olive oil too, which adds a little richness to it. Okay, with the mussels, the sauce is much thicker than I was expecting. It's a white wine sauce. Definitely stands out the most in the dish. Rarely ever order mussels, but the sauce really makes this dish worth trying.
Fried calamari here. Enjoy.
Next, I'm trying the fried calamari, which comes with a warm tomato sauce. Okay, the rings are lightly fried, which I prefer. They're also pretty sizable. I don't like small ones. They're not overly heavy, but again, like with the mussels, the sauce really stands out. Not overly sweet, has a slight tang to it. It's just a perfect balance. This is a dish I've never seen before. It's called tiro manataria. So these are mushrooms stuffed with Mediterranean cheese, and like most Greek dishes, it comes with a lemon wedge. So this is what the cheese looks like. It's a mix of different cheeses. I've never heard of Mediterranean cheese outside of maybe different cheeses that come from the Mediterranean, but when I tried this, feta is what I tasted the most. So I'm trying to do like the greatest hits of Greek restaurants. So I had the calamari, the octopus, I had cheese, although in a different way that I usually order it. So now it's time for the entree, and these are the lamb chops. I tried the lamb chops by themselves. There's some kind of seasoning on there, pepper, salt. It's probably a simple one, I think. And then I tried them with the tzatziki sauce. Tzatziki sauce is good, but I'm not a big fan of putting a lot of stuff on meat, especially lamb. So I probably prefer them plain, but I will not waste that tzatziki sauce because it came with a pretty generous portion of pita bread. Victory has a large dessert menu, but what I really like about this place is you could actually come out and look and then kind of pick what you want from this display. Like if you want this chocolate mouse right here, but that's really just a teaser, because what you really have to do if you want to see everything that's on offer here is head next door to the bakery. Victory Sweet Shop started in 1968, so decades before the little cafe next door was a thing. This bakery was one of the neighborhood spots for all these cookies you see, and then different desserts. I am told that Greeks have their own way of doing items like red velvet cake, carrot cake over here, tiramisu. The Greek stuff is especially on top though. The orange cake is one of my personal favorites. Porto kalapopita. I probably didn't say that right. And then other famous Greek desserts you could find at the bakery are the lokumado, and then these dipples. And these are some of the breads that you could take home with you. Well, it wasn't easy to decide on dessert with a menu this big and all the desserts on display just on the other side of the wall, but I did manage to settle for cook. So this is a sponge cake on the bottom. You can see it's got some syrup down there, sliced almonds around it, custard cream in the middle. I believe it's more sponge on top, and then chocolate and topped with a cherry. This is one I've never had before, even during my previous visit to Victory Sweet Shop. So here's what it looks like. The cream in the middle, sponge cake on the bottom. It looks the same on top, but it's not soaking in what looks to be the syrup. Okay. The top layer is kind of airy. The custard cream in the middle is good, and then on the bottom, that's where it's very sweet because it's soaking in what seems to be a honey syrup. Chocolate on the top is very smooth, but there's a lot of different kind of textures and flavors going on with this dessert. My first time trying it, but I'm really glad I did. Okay, I'm finishing off with this Greek coffee, and I just want to mention kind of how I enjoyed the different dishes, sort of a ranking here. My favorite was definitely the mussels. The sauce just really put those over the edge. I'm gonna say second favorite, the calamari, which was kind of a last minute add-on. I loved the sauce, it was lightly fried. And then after that, I'm gonna say the octopus. I like the way it was prepared. I like how it was like a little crispy on the outside. But the lamb chops, it's like 1A, 1B. I would say the lamb chops and the octopus were about similar. Then I would say the mushrooms. That was definitely different. The cheese blend is something I don't think I've ever had before. But the sauce that the mussels came with, I almost want to ask to have a little container of it to go. All right. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. I got more trips coming up soon. I'm going to be heading to the Napa Valley in California where I've never been. Also going to be heading up to New Haven, Connecticut in March. I'm planning a trip to Reno, Nevada. And I also want to mention that I'm going to be heading down to Washington, D.C. next month to do a presentation I've never done before for the Travel and Adventure Show. And I look forward to sharing more videos with you soon.